Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I do agree with your statement that, of course, BIR can look into the possibility of taxes that should be collected. Because earlier there was a motion for AMLAC. I believe we have to establish that there is indeed a possibility of economic sabotage before we can direct AMLAC to look into the accounts. Kasi baka matakot yung ating mga resource person. Yeah, we want to be as friendly as possible, Mr. Chair, but since this is a Quintacom, allow me to call it Kwentacom. Talagang kwekwentahin natin ang dapat na benepisyo na napupunta sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino dahil tila napupunta sa iba. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Balikan ko lang po ang sinabi ni Congressman Franz Castro. Nagsimula siya dun sa mga wholesalers, traders, retailers. And thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for your wisdom, for giving us the possibility of profit ranging between 7 to 15.5% among the chain. So, unahin natin doon sa mga nag-i-import, Mr. Chair. If somebody can respond to this. Before that, Mr. Chair, dahil wala nga ang DOF, let me... nandiyan na pala. Pasensya na. Good that, because Mr. Chair, let me go back to this statement of the Secretary of Finance released from a PR from their office dated July 2024, published in various outlets. I'm specifically quoting the one from ABS-CBN, where the PR, as quoted, says, by slashing the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15%, we anticipate an average of 10% reduction in retail prices for the rest of the year, Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto said. This could lower the price of rice by at least 5 pesos per kilo, from an average of 54.4 pesos per kilo last June. Prices could go down to below 50 pesos as early as August. A PR from a press release from the DOF in July 2024. So with that, Mr. Chair, this actually aligns with the earlier statement of the Bureau of Customs during the first Quintacom. Customs was just quoting what the Secretary of Finance announced in a press release. So let us go back to accountability. To the Department of Finance, Mr. Chair, bakit hindi nangyari ang sinabi ng ating butihing kalihim?
As discussed din po kanina.
Sorry, Congressman Green, because I think this is your first time to be appearing in this committee. Is this correct?
Yes, for this committee.
So, Mr. Chair, if we could request that she be administered under an oath, so that all of her statements here would be under oath.
COMSEC.
Can we request a COMSEC?
Maaari lang pong tumayo. Kayong dalawa na. Pakitaas lang po ang kanang kamay. Ako, pakisabi ang pangalan. Ay nanunumpa na magsasabi ng katotohanan,
Yun ang iboboto ng mga rights.
buong katotohanan, at pawang katotohanan lamang sa harap ng kupulungang ito ng pagsisiyasat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Janet, you can continue.
Yes, so Mr. Chair, may we now request DOF to respond to my query?
Thank you, Ms. Representative Garin. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Na-discuss na rin po kanina na in a perfect competition, kung walang cartel or walang manipulation ng prices, dapat talaga bababa siya. Bababa siya ng kung magkano man yung binaba ng tarifa.
In other words, Mr. Chair, our good officer from the Department of Finance is saying that there is indeed cartel and there is absence of competition.
That could be a possibility. Kasi in perfect competition, ma'am, sa ano talaga, dapat bababa siya. Kasi tataas yung ano mo yung
Okay.
supply mo with importation.
Ano pang ibang possibility? Ano pang ibang factors?
That is all that I can think sa...
Ang ibig po sabihin, Mr. Chair, ng ating kagalang-galang na resource person from the Department of Finance, tila wala ng ibang rason bakit hindi bumababa ang presyo ng bigas despite the political will of the President and DOF na ibaba ang taripa o ang buwis from 35% to 15%. Dalawa lang po ang pinupunto na rason dito, ang pagsasabwatan or collusion and manipulation of prices. Do I get your message right, Madam Resource Person, Mr. Chair?
That could be a possibility, ma'am. Kasi sa...
Hindi, kaya nga, nasabi
Oo,
mo kanina,
oo.
Mr. Chair, na wala nang ibang rason.
Oo.
So, I'm just, linilaymanize ko lang. So, yung po ba ang punot dulo ng mensahe kanina? So that I can proceed to the other resource persons.
Na-discuss
It's
na
a
rin
yes
po
or no,
kanina.
Madam Speaker. Ay, Madam Resource Person.
It's a possibility, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes,
it's a yes, it's a
pa-
no?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
possibility.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Possibility.
And I do hope that the Department of Finance can straight talk. Kasi commitment yan ng secretary nyo eh. Kapag tila magbubulag-bulagan tayo na may nangyayaring sabwatan, walang mapupuntahan ang Pilipinas. Kaya nga ang presidente natin si BBM dahil bawat bahay dapat may pagkain. Mr. Chair, let me move forward to our officers from the PCC. Andi dito po ba, Mr. Chair? Sa Philippine Competition Commission.
Di pa naman takot, nandun sa likod.
So sa PCC po, andi dito po. Okay, maraming salamat, sir. If you can, Mr. Chair. So ang tanong ko po sa PCC, na-drawing na po ba, di po ba isa po sa inyong obligasyon ay tingnan na ang presyo ng mga bilihin, lalo na itong bigas, ay hindi masasaktan yung taong bayan? Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay, na-drawing nyo po ba dun sa flow? Kasi meron tayong importers who are actually also sometimes wholesalers and retailers. Saan po yung mga punto doon? Saan yung mga flag doon na nangyayari yung possible collusion o sabwatan?
Congressman Garin, doon sa supply chain, so, ang theories of harm namin is talagang mayroong cartel or may sabwatan, no? So, maraming players na may importers.
Pwede po ba natin, Mr. Chair, matumbok? Kung wala pa ngayon, meron namang hearing again tomorrow, maybe PCC can just have a graph. Hindi pa naman yung final yun eh. A possible graph na tumbukin natin. Narinig na natin lahat ng napag-usapan kanina. Obligasyon po yun ng iyong opisina. Kung pwede nating tumbukin, alin doon, sino doon, at paano nangyayari yung kartel na sinasabi nyo ng paulit-ulit. Because your words should translate into actions. Hindi po pwedeng hanggang salita tayo. Ang minamarapat po natin dito, ramdam ng taong bayan, ang minarapat ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at ng liderato na Kongreso na ibaba, tanggalan, bawasan ang taripa, bawasan ang buwis para mapunta sa taong bayan. Can you commit to have that graph by tomorrow?
Congressman Garin, yes, we can graph the supply chain. Pero yung ebidensya kasi na may sabwatan, may cartel, yun yung mahirap po.
Yeah. Mr.
So,
Chair,
kailangan
again,
it
let me
will
reiterate.
stand-
Hindi ko po sinasabing, kaya nga draft graph. Hindi naman po na ebidensya kaagad ang iproproduce nyo, kundi yung drawing na matumbok natin saan ba nangyayari ang price manipulation. Ito ba sa mga nag-i-import, kasi ang sinasabi kanina ng ibang importers, direkta nilang linalagay sa mga warehouse na hindi nga nila pag-aari. Para ang nangyayari dyan is baka yung isang shipment nila, 5 tao or 4 or 3 tao ang may-ari niyan, kaya ang hirap i-pinpoint ng accountability. That's actually why I am pursuing that line of questioning, Mr. Chair, kasi narinig natin kanina ang nagsasabing wholesalers and apparently karamihan sa kanila importers, na kapag sila'y nag-i-import, nakapangalan sa kanila, pero yung actual na tao na kumikita at nagkakaroon ng kartel ay mga iibang kumpanya. simply because commingled yung kanilang container. And I believe, Mr. Chair, this is something that we have to look into. Balikan rin natin ulit,
Janet, with the permission of the body, I am being called by the speaker, so kaya pinadala dito yung mga senior deputy speakers. So, I yield the chairmanship to Michael.
For the meantime.
No time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Kong Janet, please proceed.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, baka ibalik na lang natin ito sa DA. I believe PCC was already there. To the Department of Agriculture. Pwede niyo po ba kaming malinawan, especially dito sa mga permits? If there is an importer, yung bang container ng importer ay pumupunta sa isa lamang wholesaler or pumupunta sa 2, 3, 4 o 5 wholesaler?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. So after po sila, ito po ay presuming na sila po ay may SPSIC, of course, documents po ay maayos at nakapag-apply po sila sa Bureau of Customs. Doon po yung first border inspection natin at the ports. So pagka po yun ay natapos na, sinasubmit naman po nila, nakaregister naman po sa atin yung kanilang warehouses kung saan po nagse-second border tayo. Ano?
So Mr. Chair, klaruhin lang natin. Yung importer, sa kanila ba o hindi sa kanila yung warehouse?
Meron po silang registered warehouses sa atin. Kung kaya po sila nabibigyan ng license to operate. Apo.
Okay. So may I ask, Mr. Chair, dun sa ating importers, kasi I heard 3 or 4 of our resource person kanina ang sabi nila, nag-i-import lang sila, pero diretso siya sa warehouse ng customer. Miss Irene Chu, kanina yung po ba ang sinagot nyo? I just can't remember, but I'm definitely sure there were 3 or 4 na ganun yung sagot.
Yung client ko po may sariling warehouse. So meron pong 2 sa Leyte, isa sa Samar, isa po sa Cebu. Hindi po siya dinediretso sa client, sa warehouse po ng binebentahan.
So
sarili po
importer kayo, then wholesaler din kayo?
Hindi po. Importer po si RVDI. Binebenta po nila kay wholesaler, pero yung pinupuntahan po na
Ulitin ko yung
warehouse,
tanong, wholesaler kayo or importer or both?
importer only po.
So importer only.
Apo.
Ini-import nyo, tapos diretso siya dun sa bodega na sarili nyo.
Yes.
Okay. Hindi nyo binibenta o binibenta nyo?
Binebenta po.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, maybe we need to ask DA, how do we differentiate an importer from a wholesaler? Kasi kanina ko pa paulit-ulit naririnig na importer lang po kami. Direkta po yan sa warehouse or direkta po doon sa wholesaler. How do we differentiate an importer from a wholesaler?
Yes.
Yes, Sir Chair.
Director Glenn?
Ma'am, ang ating pong inire-register sa Bureau of Plant Industry is mga importers lang po. So, after natin yung sinasabi...
So yung binibigyan nyo ng permit are importers?
Yes po. Sila po
They are not wholesalers?
Opo.
Okay, linawin lang natin, Mr. Chair. Importer, kumuha ka sa ibang bansa, dinala mo sa Pilipinas. Indentor naman, kumuha ka sa ibang bansa, meron ka ng customer, may commission ka lang ng kumpanya na pinanggalingan. Tama po?
Ma'am, ang amin lang po, again, is yung registered
Okay.
importers lang.
Pag sinabing wholesaler, nagbebenta ka na ng bultuhan. Tama o hindi, Mr. Chair? Maybe you say... Tama.
Tama, ma'am.
Okay. Pag retailer naman, nagbebenta ka ng mas makonting volume. Pag trader po, ano po ang ating definition doon, Mr. Chair?
I guess siguro, Kong Janet, DTI, would you want DTI also to...
Maybe if DTI... Yeah, Mr. Chair,
Sige.
just to align, the reason why I'm asking the definition of terminologies, kasi kung maalala niyo po, Mr. Chair, during the Sibuyas hearing, ang nangyari po, lahat nagsasabing farmer sila. Pero ang totoo, hindi naman sila farmer. Farmer-farmeran lang. Dahil karamihan sa kanila ay nagkakapital, sa kanila lahat ng cold storage, yung totoong farmer ang nadidihado. And I believe in aid of legislation, ito ang dapat puntuhin ng DA at DTI and even customs. And even about talking about accountability, yung definition. Kasi ngayon, kanina may mga ibang nagsasabi, let's call the rice farmers. Ito ba yung totoong rice farmers na nagtatanim ng palay? Baka naman ito ay mga kapitalista na kinokontrol nila para yung farmers, kagaya nung nangyari ngayon, ang hinaing ng ating Pangulo, bawasan ng 20% ang buwis para maging a discount sa taong bayan. Minarapat ng Kongreso rin na gawin to. Nakita naman natin yung ginawa ng Kongreso nung nakaraang taon. Subalit, yung 5 to 6 pesos na dapat na expected na bawas ay naging 44 cents lamang. Kaya bumabalik tayo doon, hindi napunta sa taong bayan at yung kwenta-com na indentor, wholesaler, trader, retailer, and rice farmer in the context of rice supply that we can discuss tomorrow.
Yes, so may we hear from DA? Yusek Chris?
Yes, sec. Mr. Chair, we'll work out with the DTI with regards
Yes,
to the
also
definition.
together with DTI, BOC? Bien?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We will comply with, of course, for the purpose of the Bureau, it's just we only deal with importers, Your Honor. If they are not accredited importers, then they cannot transact business with us, Your Honor. So
Okay,
we have
so-
a definition of consignee, and that's our importer, Your Honor.
Yes, Kong Janet, does that suffice?
That's
to-
yes, Mr. Chair, we also would need that. Kasi there's a possibility na kaya hindi natin matumbok yung mga kumita dito sa dapat naging discount ng bigas sa taong bayan dahil yung importer, ang actual na kumikitang negosyante ay nakatago doon sa pangalan ng consignee. Na yung consignee possibly ay hindi naman yung nagpatong ng malaki. That is something, Mr. Chair, that we need to explore because we are hearing the responses earlier at tila meron doong missing link. Mr. Chair, let me go back again to DOF. Pasensya na po kasi wala kayo kanina. Kapag po ba merong excess production, bababa po ba ang presyo?
Yes, Director Jolly La Rosa.
Jolly. Yeah. Depende, ma'am, kung may excess
Kesa konsumo ng Pilipino. Minarapat ng Kongreso sa liderato ni Speaker Martin Romualdez na gumalaw para makita saan yung mga cost ng mataas na presyo at nasabi nga, dahil mataas yung buwis, binaba ng 20% sa mandato ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at nagsama-samang ahensya. Kaya supposedly, ang minimum na baba o discount per kilo ng bigas ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino simula August ay 6 pesos. Pwede parang mas mataas ito dahil meron tayo ditong magaling na ekonomista, si Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, pero sabihin na nating hindi pa siya mas mataas Kaya ako, Mr. Chair, tinatanong ito kasi dapat kaakibat ng bigas na kinakain ng mga 1 to 2 years old yung nutrition na pumapasok sa katawan ng mga buntis at ng mga binubuntis pa lang. And Mr. Chair, the number one cause of malnutrition, stunting, na hindi nagiging competitive ang kaawa-awang mga bata na ito ay poor water supply, which is the number one cause of diarrhea. So maybe, Mr. Chair, we have here, of course, we have here the Department of Trade and Industry. Again, maybe, Mr. Chair, matingnan. So, Mr. Chair, may I move that in our next meetings, aside from overseeing the cost of rice, we also see into clean water. I'm not saying perfect, but we have to have clean water pipes na kung hindi ito magproproduce ng outbreaks ng diarrhea because the impact of rice is beyond description. But the impact of irreversible malnutrition and stunting is because we have very dirty water in many areas in our country. Baka kailangan matingnan din ito ng Quintacom, Mr. Chair. So I therefore move that we invite the necessary agencies who can oversee the quality of water that is being supplied in various areas in the Philippines.
Yes, thank you. Is there any second to the motion of the Honorable Janet Garin? Any objections? There being none, motion is approved. The COMSEC is hereby directed to invite the necessary people concerned with the query of the Honorable Janet Garin. Thank you, Congresswoman Janet Garin. We will now proceed with